Let's face the fact, today's men are not interested in marriage. But for those that got married, there are reasons as to why they did. Now, they have regretted the decision they made, but it's also hard to exit the marriage. What are the reasons why, despite passing through painful marriages, why have men not left these marriages? They didn't sign a prenup. When a man meets a lady, he's so quick to fall in love. Without knowing her background or where she's from, he falls in love with her instantly. This can be due to her beauty or her character. He doesn't even care whether she's rich or poor. He just loves her for who she is. But what he doesn't know is that the lady he's in love with knows how to play the relationship game. They start dating, and for some reason, he feels like he's with the right woman. There are red flags though. He can see those red flags. He can see that she's just interested in his money, luxury things, but he ignores those red flags. He gets married to her. They have, one or two kids. Then he begins to see her for the true person she is. At this point, she has done all numerous. In fact, he's even sure that she has cheated. But then again, he's scared. He's scared that if he takes this up and decides to ask for a divorce, he's going to lose his assets or his money. Their wives will get lawyers. And not just that, the chances of them losing the divorce case is very high, especially when their wives have children for them. And all the time that they should have used to think deeply, really be sure that they really want to settle down with this woman, they used it in loving up, being a simp. Now, they didn't sign prenup. Their lawyer, even as at them, tried convincing them, but they felt like it wasn't necessary. I mean, if it is love, it shouldn't cost a thing. Now, they can't move further by asking for a divorce, and they can't move backwards. Prenups are very important. But then again, when men don't do prenups before they get married, it's very difficult for them to ask for divorce. They stayed because of the kids. Many men know that if the topic of divorce comes up today and they go to the divorce court, the likelihood of their wives having possession of the kids is very high. Even when she's an alcoholic or when she abused different substances, if she has a very good lawyer, there is likelihood that these allegations will not be looked into properly and it will lose in court. Men that are family oriented and never want to lose their kids, always want to be present fathers, would absolutely not want to leave their marriage for this, especially fathers with daughters. They want to be physically present in their daughter's life so as to make sure that they lay an impact that when their daughters are ready to settle down, they would get a man like their fathers. They are threatened to stay. I know this sounds strange to you, but let's not get it twisted. Some women are very good at threatening men. If you have not experienced this, you will never understand how serious this is. There are some men that have gotten married to some women that are called the devil's wife. These women, especially when you've given them your life secret, things that you know you have done and you're not proud of. You've told them at your vulnerable moment, but they are going to use this as a way to get back at you. She has told you, you better keep your head straight. If you don't keep your head straight, I'm going to go to the police. I'm going to talk about all those things you told me, and I'm going to spill real good. Obviously, they know that this secret cannot be kept forever. They know that at some point, this woman is definitely going to spill. But for now, they just want to keep their secrets safe. They respect their religion. This might seem crazy, but there are still men that respect whatever religion that they belong to. If you look at the Catholics, for example, it's hard for men or women that have gotten married through the Catholic system to ask for divorce. I've experienced this firsthand. When men get married through the church, especially through church denominations that don't believe in divorce, and they respect these churches, men tend to stay. So therefore, since they have chosen, they have to stick with it and stay in there no matter what they are facing. The only time men like this are separated from this kind of wives is when death comes calling. And as at this time, it's either is deleted or she is deleted. Now, this can be through different reasons like illnesses and the likes. They have terminal illnesses. There are men that their family has been absent from the time they were born to now. They have experienced family, but for some reason, as they begin to grow old, they start losing their family members one after the other. They are the last man in their lineage, or the last human being literally in their lineage, aside from their children, of course. So this means that when terminal illnesses comes calling, they only have their wives to take care of them. Due to this, so many men would have to tolerate different forms of insult, disrespect in their life. Wrapping up, there was a story of a man that really touched me. The man was married for about 20 something years, had just one son, and at some point, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, and chances of him surviving this was slim. But he was courageous, went for the treatment, did chemo, and he was at some point recovering. As at the time he was recovering, his son went to the bank, withdrew almost all the cash he had in his savings. His wife also, that was supposed to be taking care of him, helping him recover well, at that time reconnected with her ex-boyfriend. Now, she didn't move out of the house, but there were cases of neglect because the man wasn't well taken care of. And in the position he was, still in recovering state, he was still bedridden. The one answer the man gave as to why he refused to let go or divorce his wife was there was no one to take care of him. He said he knew his wife was cheating, but at least she came home 3 days or 4 days in a week to clean up after his mess, wash the dishes, dry clean his clothes. And he knew it wasn't enough, but he was pleased that at least he was still getting some sort of care from his wife. A man like this, in this kind of situation, will never divorce his wife despite her wrongdoings. In conclusion, whether we like it or not, in as much as men are walking away today saying that they are not interested in getting married, there are still men that are getting married for good reasons and for the bad reasons. Now, if you know that for some reason you're getting married, make sure that you're on the right track, especially on the case of prenup. Because the truth is, every 8 out of 10 women in America today that have gotten wealth, they didn't get it from working. The houses they've got, the luxury cars they've got, they didn't get these from working. They got this as settlement for divorcing their husbands. And these men that they've gotten these properties, luxury, money from, would have to sometimes start from scratch, or sometimes will find it easy to move on from where they left off. So be wise. Never make these mistakes. I hope this video was helpful. As usual, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.